I'm Arnie Scott and I'm a community activator coach. So I coach everywhere, like schools, in the community, that type of stuff. Yeah, so I work for Scott for CL Sports. He's a good boss.
My name's Scott Moore. I'm the owner, managing director of CL Sports. We work mainly in Leicester, in the south of Leicester, not too far from the city centre.
I get to do most of the disability stuff. I've got a disability myself, and I played cricket, and I don't see a lot of people like me play cricket. Because I love sports across, like I watch really odd sports as well, but cricket's my main one. And I think it's just past experience, really, because you don't just, especially in Leicester, you don't see many, and there's not a lot of disability stuff in Leicester. The club that I play for, we've got an inclusive team, which I coach, and that's where Scott met me, and that's how I became an employer of Scott, basically.
I personally left a job of 16 years to create a sports coaching company, and the best thing about our job is, like I say to all my employees, you tell me another job where you get to play. Realistically, if we're doing our job well as coaches, we're having fun, we're playing, we're interacting with young people, even the adults that we deliver to. Sport should be fun. Yeah, the competitive side comes into it, the higher you get, the levels you go to, but sport should be fun, and delivering this job should be fun.
When I was younger, I played a lot of sports, and I was really sportive. I loved sport, basically. And then I fell ill when I was about 8, and it was bone cancer. So it was in my femur, and so basically I had 3 rounds of chemo, and then I had my big operation done in London. They saw that it spread to my kneecap, so unfortunately I had to take my kneecap out. Right down from my ball and socket is all metal, and it's all metal there. I was told then, after my big operation and then taking my bone out, they said I couldn't play contact sports anymore. I was devastated. I was like, what do you mean I can't play contact sports? And I kept telling my surgeon, I was like, I'll play it. I've been told that because this is from parents, because they see me doing it, then they're like, actually, do you know what? Maybe I could do it. One of the parents came up to me and went, you know, my daughter likes cricket, but she won't do it because she thinks she can't, because of whatever disability she had. And I said, well, I'll do inclusive cricket. And she asked for my number and stuff, and she goes, my daughter's been watching you, and she's thinking about doing it because she thinks she can if I can do it. So I was like, that's pretty cool. But I do it because I love it. I don't do it for any other reason. It's nice when the parents say it, or for example, Scott, my boss, he'll say it sometimes.
I mentor all of my apprentices in my business. Want people to be proud of what they do, not exactly what I want. I want them to be their own people, their own person, their own personality. I remember those people because of their personality, because what they give to me. So if all of my coaches can have their own personalities and their own personal way of doing it, and people remember them, then in my eyes, that's a success.
We've got there's a young one who loves cricket, and he's now going to actually join the actual team. He's autistic, but he's so good. I kind of persuaded him to do it, and he wanted to do it anyway. So he's been training with them. So he's going to look at trying to join the team. So it's not just the inclusive cricket, it's mostly the Learning Disability Sports Club, and we work with Memphis as well. I love a Thursday, can't wait for a Thursday, it's just so much fun. And if I'm not there, the other stuff, like if I'm off or whatever, the other stuff get asked questions constantly. When's Arnie back, when's Arnie back? Or where is she? And they'll just constantly ask, and then they'll get told, and then 10 minutes later they'll be like, when's she back then, sort of thing. Which is it's pretty cool, so when they do see me again, I'm like, all right. And they keep asking me, where have you been?
For me, like I say, that connection of having respect for the people you work with and for was something I always wanted and always did have in my job previously before I left. And I think that was one of the reasons that I wanted to start my own business, is because I felt like the people I was working for were making mistakes that shouldn't have been made with their employees. So I really make an effort to try and make sure that everyone feels part of the old ethos of the business and we all look in together.
I don't see me not working for Scott, but it's definitely disability sports. That's my thing. So my mental health is quite bad. So every single job I've ever had, I've had quite a few, I've lost because I've had a breakdown or because it happens. I can't control it. It will literally just happen. It actually happened beginning of this year. And I was worried, that's it, I've lost my job. However, Scott was like, no mate. Gave me the month off to recover, do what I needed to do. And he goes, listen, you've not lost your job, it's here. When you're ready, come back and we'll ease you in gently back again. And Coach Call were the same with my Aptem sort of stuff. Brogan, for example, who's my lifetime coach, I think they're called, put my Aptem on hold so it wouldn't go overdue. And they still work with me closely now just to make sure I'm all right. That's like a really strange thing for me because I'm used to losing my job.
Sports is a real difficult industry. We're in an industry where there's been cost of living, there's been COVID, there's been cutbacks in schools and all the rest of it. I feel in this industry, small companies or sports companies in particular take a rough hit. We've lost numerous contracts with schools because of PPA money going elsewhere into schools. It's unregulated at times, it's not very supportive to the industry. And then if you're not a pro setup, you're likely to be misconstrued compared to other bigger setups. So on the grassroots level, we're always needing those people and the local people to invest in our services. And when times are hard in a country, in the cities, in deprived areas that we work in, it's not that easy to have regular customer bases. So it is a very difficult industry at times, but it's such a rewarding industry, even though in the tough times, I'm pulling my hair out at times, hence me not having any, is really, it's worth it. And seeing the impact that we have does make it worth it, but it is a really hard industry. And I do a lot of work with the CIC company that I started as well to try and help get communities involved in things. But Coach Core and Lifetime have been really supportive to everything that I've done and really helped me give young people a job opportunity. And I think that's something I'm really passionate about now, is giving people, local people that might not have the opportunity to really have a chance in a career in something that they're hopefully as passionate about as I am.